Hey team, I wanted to show you a trick that you could use. I talked about this a few times before, but maybe I didn't go into it with enough detail. So this is a brand new token, Masco, and what you're looking at here, or what I'm wanting to show you, is that there's a bullish divergence. You'll see me talk about those sometimes. So don't pay attention to the lines necessarily. I mean, we do want to see these, the blue and the red line trending upward, and we definitely want to see them get above the midline right there, but don't pay attention to those right now. What you want to look at is this. Actually, let me just open it up big, be a lot easier. What you want to look at is this is a okay, there it goes, it brought it up. I'm gonna make the line bigger so you can see it, and I think I'm just gonna get rid of these lines for just a second. Okay, so notice how, just like with market structure, you always want to see, if you're, if you want price to pump, is you want to see higher highs, higher lows, because that means price is going up. Same way, this is a higher low from this one. Actually, this is a higher low from that one too. But you want to see this really starting to get closer and closer to the midline. So if you see one that does this, and I've got a guy, I think it's the Market Cipher guy that talks about this a lot. He says, well, this isn't going to do a very good gun, but he says, it looks more like a hairdryer. So you got this higher, well, this basically looks exactly like this, right? Where I guess you could call this the trigger. So he's basically saying, okay, here's the handle, and it creates higher lows, kind of like that. And that's a bullish divergence. But at the time, you need to see also prices coming down, because that would tell you that things are starting to look better for you. So as price was coming down here, this one didn't end up being it actually did, didn't it? It did pump pretty well for you there. So if you can see this in real time, you always want to be at your highest time frame. I mean, if you can tell that this histogram on the MACD is starting to turn back towards the midline here, trying to turn green again, then it would have been tough unless you had the histogram on the MACD lines on. So if we bring those lines back, because you really need them. So you didn't have a cross up yet, but remember, you're on a high time frame. You're going to the highest time frame you can. So if you were watching this, and then you just marked it with a line maybe, which is Alt V. So now I've got a vertical line there. And if this is all I saw at the time, I could go down one, just go down one here and see if I've got my cross up yet. I don't have it there. Did I have it on my 5 minute? No, didn't have it on 5 minute either. So you would have just waited till you started to see this cross up. But the reason why you did that was, on the highest time frame you can go to, you notice that this was starting to curl back up, creating that gun, here where this was the handle and this was the trigger. And this could even be a trigger as well down here from this one, handle and trigger. So when that happens, if price is coming down, there's your first one, you got a nice pump. And then consider this one the handle now, and this came up and came back down. So as it came down, this started curling back towards the midline to go green, and you had that bullish divergence right there as well. This one would have been tougher to catch, as it was a falling knife right here. But as price created a higher high from this lower high, you thought, okay, maybe this one will start going. And this is one that could keep going, by the way. It's Masco. It's one that I posted this morning in DGen chat, just saying, maybe this could be a good one, we'll see. But it dipped after that first pump it made. So, this is one of those ones that you would use the fib idea where it touched the 786, and that's where you would have bought. So see how all this kind of came together right at that one point? 786 was being touched multiple times. So, this would have been the way that you would have deciphered that one. What's the other one I wanted to look at? Was it Psi? Yeah, it kind of did the same thing right there. It kept getting higher lows. Of course, on the flip side, if you're getting lower highs like this, that means price could be turning down more. So I just want you to understand that, this is a way that you can make some pretty clean trades if you just want to get like a 2x or something. Like if we go back to, what was that one I was on? This one. So if we go back to this one, let's say you didn't get in on the first, pump right here. you would have been in maybe here somewhere. And it's possible you could have gotten like a 60, I don't know, 50 to 60% gain. So this gave you a little bit higher conviction trade, and you could have put a little bit more in, right? Of course, you need to find an invalidation point. Like if it was to break back below here, yeah, you would have taken a small loss. Well, it would have been probably like a 50% loss actually. But, you know, that's why you watch these lines, right? To make sure they're still trending up. And then this one here would have gotten you, let's say you would have gotten in there. It was like another 50 to 60% gain. And how many hours did that take? Yeah, I mean, these are hour candles. So this would have taken a while to play out. But, you know, it's just a quick scalp method that you could use. It's just one of the many that you could use. But just watch out for plays like this where you can, like on Psy we were talking about just now, which maybe that's not the best. You know, it's not a bad one. I was just going to say maybe it's not the best. But you can see, like here was the handle of the gun, and this is the trigger. So you could have been watching for this, and then as soon as it turned green right there, you could have gotten in. So this would have been another approximate, you know, 2x play or so. I'm just trying to find like higher conviction trades that you can do that'll help you out, because, you know, not all of them are real obvious. So these are plays that you can wait to pan out and make some money doing them. Okay.